I know you're gonna say it, and shut the fuck up, because the more you look at it, the more you actually look at it, the more you realize maybe the word fits them. Google, fucking stupid. Let me say that again. Google, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking lazy. And you're really good for about YouTube and search engines. You're not good for anything else. You failed with the Google glasses. Google Plus failed. And this is on its way to being a complete fucking failure. Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This could be a runaway success if they took a couple million out of the bank and actually sunk it into advertising and actually, invested in the ability to fucking play it on everything, because you can't play it on iOS. No, you can't. That's half of the market right there. You can't play it on Apple devices. Wonder why it's struggling. A lot of people have Apple devices. This is already not a decision for people on Apple. But let's talk about it. It's not a bad service. It's not that it's terrible to play. I've played it myself a few times. I've only had it for a month and a couple of days. It's February 1st. I have had it since December 25 of 2020. Yes, Christmas Day is when I got Stadia. I was worried about Stadia before I got it because outside of YouTube and the gaming community on YouTube, honestly, when the fuck has Google actually decided to have a conversation about Stadia? There's been the perfect year for Google to actually invest in this was 2020, when people were staying the fuck home, where they had nothing better to do at home. That would have been the year you sink millions into this little device right here. You get people interested in this device. You advertise this motherfucking device. But just like with Sony and the PlayStation 4 Pro, they kind of kept their lips sealed for an entire year before Xbox One X hit the market. And then they decided to talk about it. That's kind of how Google treated Stadia. They just kind of said, here, market, take our device and see if it does anything. It's a fucking shame. I've said it once and I'll say it again. They're lazy and they're fucking stupid. This is not a company who doesn't have the money or the ability to actually build a market worth something. That's not what this is. This is pure laziness. This is pure bullshit from a corporation that, if they got off their fucking ass for more than 2 seconds, could actually have a service that's actually worth a fuck. It's amazing that when I say these things, that is proof is right there. It is literally, if you own this, I don't see how you're not mad. If you have Stadia, how are you not pissed at Stadia? How are you not mad that this is what we get from Google, the company that has the money to invest and actually create the market? How are you not mad at this? Well, internet's not everywhere. It doesn't have to fucking be everywhere. It doesn't. You have the ability to have Wi-Fi on your phone, not connected to the Wi-Fi at your house. The internet is not so scarce as it was in 2010. More people have an unlimited plan for their phones now in 2021 than they did in 2011. That's right. 10 years ago, people didn't have unlimited as much as they do in 2021 when coming to phones. This can be utilized through your fucking cell phone plan. And as long as you don't have an iOS. I was worried about it before I got it because I hadn't seen one fucking advertisement for Google Stadia the entire 2020 until Immortal Phoenix Rising released and they decided to advertise for Stadia. Every time I saw Immortal Phoenix Rising advertised, it was Stadia. It wasn't Xbox. It wasn't PlayStation. It wasn't Switch. It was this. Every time I saw Doom Eternal get advertised, Stadia was not really present. But it's on there. Cyberpunk 2077. One of the funniest things about that game is day one, it ran better on Stadia. No one seems to mention this. Stadia, Google, nowhere. You just kind of got to be in the know to know these things when it comes to Stadia. It works really good. What it does good. Could it do better? Of course. But then again, Xbox can do better. PlayStation can do better. Nintendo can do better. Like, that's not anything to really be upset about because, of course, they all could do better. However, the fact that you have a company as blatantly lazy and fucking stupid as Google to think, you know, what would be interesting? Let's throw a controller on the market and see if people buy it. Oh shit, people bought it. What do we do? Excuse me, my nose is running. It is like 20 something degrees outside and I just got back inside, so my nose is going through it. Look, I made a bunch of videos. Yes, I got rid of 2 or 3 of them, talking about how Google Stadia is disappointing. It looks like Google has no intentions of not making this a disappointing fucking venture. They are going to do the one thing they shouldn't do. They're going to outsource setting up the market. Do you know why Xbox is doing really well for digital sales? Do you know why they made that deal with GameStop? Because Microsoft is responsible for the consoles digital downloading market. That's right. Oh, don't get me wrong, Sony got in it first. But Microsoft jumped on it and didn't quit. The reason Game Pass is doing better than PlayStation Now is because Microsoft has built that market. They are not only are they Xbox, but they're PC, and PC has always been downloading. So, I mean, the transition there is kind of a no-brainer. There's the reason why it's doing so good. PlayStation jumped into downloading with the PSP Go and jumped right the fuck back out of it when they realized they would be the ones to build said market and have to lose a little bit of money in the beginnings. Google is doing the exact same shit. They have a market. They could invest. They have the money to invest in this. And if they would invest a little bit, I say if you would invest, say, $2 million into Stadia, Google, you would actually probably have a really decent, and right now would be the time to do it. If you would invest $2 million, you have the fucking money to do it, Google. If you invested $2 million into Stadia, into actually building Stadia into what it needs to be, investing in putting more games on the fucking store, maybe get rid of that subscription fee for right now. And advertise. Spend money on advertisement. I can't stress this enough. Google Stadia. Google themselves refuse to advertise Stadia. And I cannot stress that enough. No, it is not Google who is spearing the fucking just, here's Stadia. They're not the ones going, look at this, buy this, buy this. No, they're not the ones doing that. Who's doing that? YouTubers, people on YouTube. You're watching me? Yeah, I'm talking about it. That's why they're getting their advertisement. It's from us, not themselves. The reason you don't want to buy it if you haven't bought it yet is because a YouTuber may tell it like it is, or they may not tell it like it is. And if you don't really trust them, I don't really have an argument for that, because the reality is you don't have a reason to trust them. You see what I'm saying? But when you don't advertise, and I've said this several times, when you refuse to advertise, people refuse to fucking buy, because knowledge is not present. And I don't care to hear it from you guys saying, well, Google makes millions of dollars. They can make millions of fucking dollars and still be fucking incompetent. Let's forget Donald Trump. Makes millions of dollars. Still manages to lose millions of dollars. He's still a fucking idiot at the end of the day. And no, before you go talking about politics, I am not looking at his politics. Fuck his politics. I'm talking about the guy in general. So, get that bullshit the hell out of here. I don't give a fuck about his politics. He's an idiot. At the end of the day. And what is this defining people by their wallet shit? Just because you happen to make a few good investments here and there doesn't mean shit. Especially when you have a product that's actually good, and the only thing making it to where it's not successful is you. That, I can't even stress that enough. I can't stress enough that if Stadia closes tomorrow, it is 199.9999% Google's fault. 199.999999% Google's fault. Immortal Phoenix Rising, I'm pretty sure, paid Google Stadia to advertise Google Stadia. Cyberpunk is on Google Stadia, actually runs the best on Google Stadia.
On the website blog.google, they say, if you're new, playing on Stadia is simple. 1. Go to stadia.com to sign up. 2. Download the Stadia app on Android or iOS. 3. Play on your laptop, desktop, or Chrome OS tablet with your favorite USB-supported controller or mouse and keyboard. And 4. Play over Wi-Fi on Pixel or many supported Android phones.
Notice how she said Android phones. iOS was not one of them. Now, I don't know why the fuck that bitch needed to interrupt the video, but it is 100% Google's fault that Stadia will fail. Because they don't want to put forth the effort. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to build the market. The exact same shit I was saying in 2020 before I ever had this. And now that I have this, my opinion hasn't changed. It's exactly the fucking same. So, I know there's like 7 or 8 of you out there that's going to type in, well, they make millions of dollars. Yes, and they could make millions more if they would just invest a little bit of that money into the fucking product. They don't want to do that. They want to outsource it. That's not going to see the most profit return. You're not going to be the leader. You're not going to be the one who actually, spearheads the fucking industry. You'll have your name on it, but at the end of the day, it's someone else's fucking work. They're going to be the ones that get the credit. Google, you have the money. Make it fucking work. Do it before PlayStation gets ahead of you. Because they are turning theirs into a legacy service. You have the chance. You have the opportunity to become the actual innovative and fucking standard. You have the opportunity. You have the money, you have the means, and you can actually do it. All that you're not doing is getting off your fucking ass. And that, my friends, is called a lazy sack of shit.